Hello, everybody. My name's Sean. This is going to be the House by the Video Stores now playing of Resident Evil 0. This will be a pretty casual stream, as it's the first time I've played through the game. Somehow I managed to miss it last time around. Sean. This is going to be the House by the Video Stores now playing of Resident Evil 0. This will be a pretty casual stream, as it's the first time I've played through the game. Somehow I managed to miss it last time around. Sean. This is going to be the House by the Video Stores now playing of Resident Evil 0. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm hearing some browsers of my echo. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm hearing some browsers of my echo. Okay, I'm going to start this one more time. Okay. Hello everybody. My name's Sean. This is the House by the Video Stores Resident Evil 0 stream. This is going to be pretty casual, as I've never played through it before. I missed it the first time around. So we'll just get started here. Yeah, so in this version of this HD remaster, you can play it with a alternate control type, which is kind of like a Devil May Cry configuration as far as the movement goes. So this depends on the angle of the camera, instead of just using the traditional tank controls, which I just played it for a moment earlier just to kind of test that out, and I actually like it a lot. So I think I'm going to go with that.
A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City, a solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island, an island that would become the second Raccoon
Yeah, so
City, Sheena Island.
Resident Evil 0 came out,
Still many unanswered questions
I
about
think it was
unrelated, yet intensely
in
dramatic events.
November of 2002. Let me check real quick.
National Enterprise umbrella was somehow involved.
Yeah, November of 2002. And the original Resident Evil remake came out earlier that year, maybe like in March or so. That was directed by Shinji Mikami. And Resident Evil 0 was Koji Oda. So, of course, this was on Gamecube originally. And actually never made its way to PS2, I don't think. It was on Wii, but it was pretty much exactly the Gamecube version. So it's kind of cool to have this on so many platforms now. Originally, it was going to be on the Nintendo 64. I'm not sure the deal with that, but of course, you know, the original Resident Evils were huge on PlayStation, so I guess they were trying to help Nintendo out, since Capcom was such a big part of the Nintendo and Super Nintendo era. So it was going to be for the Nintendo 64 DD, which was the disk drive system. Once they realized that thing did not pan out, and it, you know, didn't end up coming out in America even, they switched over to the cartridge, like every other Nintendo 64 game in America. So because there was no load times, they figured they could do that zapping system where in this game you play as two characters and you can swap back and forth. Rebecca Chambers and what is the name? Hang on. Billy Cohen. So because there's no load times, I guess that was supposed to make it easier to change between characters. But once they realized the cartridge was quickly filling up during development, they moved it over to the GameCube, so it kind of changed their plans with the no loading times. deal, so they obviously had to rework it a little bit. But from what I've seen, it still works. It seems like it's, you know, Resident Evil. The doors open. That kind of hides the loading, and it builds tension at the same time. I'm not saying it's a perfect thing, but even from the first one, they smartly made the loading into actually part of the atmosphere of the game and the tension. And of course, this game takes place mostly on a train, from what I believe. And I think they said this was an attempt to have a more claustrophobic feel, like the original Resident Evil. Since this came out, you know, after 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, which was Dreamcast's. So this was really the fifth one, fifth console one, not including any type of Gamecube versions or anything like that. Yeah, then we got Resident Evil 4 in 2004. So this was the last one of that kind of that era of Resident Evil, the more traditional style. So it's nice that they went out on a high note. From what I've seen, people seem to look on this game pretty favorably, especially considering how bad some Resident Evils are. And this is, of course, a prequel to the original.
A train.
So while the character models and everything seem to have been upgraded to HD, some of the cutscenes seem like they're the original ones, and there's like a lot of compression in there. It's pretty good. The door to safety is shut. There is no turning back. All right, yeah. So as you can see, it's a pretty good looking game, and it's got that DMC style controls. I compare it to that because, you know, it's another Capcom game. So I'd only played through a couple carts, I guess you would call it, or rooms, just to get a feel for everything.
This is Officer Chambers from Star.
You can see a lot of compression there in the corners and stuff.
Is someone there?
That's really the only negative thing about the visuals, and it's still fine. It's serviceable. Alrighty, time to shoot some dudes. And I'll just skip past them. You know, Rebecca Chambers, she was in the original Resident Evil. But at least from what I remember, it doesn't seem like a lot of characters from this game carried on in the franchise quite like some of the fan favorites like Barry did, or you know, some of the more mainline characters like Chris and Jill. So it just makes me believe that maybe these characters, you know, kind of don't hold the same weight as those as far as being likable or very memorable. Fine tailored suit. But who knows? It may have just been, I don't know, maybe everybody dies in this one. Aside from Rebecca, of course. Okay, so like I said, I played through a couple rooms. I got up to this point and I saved because a couple things happen after this, but I'll just assume I'll make it through there alright. It'll be pretty annoying on this stream if I have to play through this part again, though. I'm sure there'll be plenty of sections I play over again, and plenty of puzzles I'll take way too long to figure out. So if you're in the chat watching this live and I seem to be fumbling around, you can definitely feel free to help me out.
Billy. Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
You're the prisoner that
I
was
think
being
Dennis
held in
Leary
execution. You were with
would
those
play a good
soldiers
Billy.
outside.
Oh, I see. You're with stars. No offense,
Stars.
honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around. So, I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know.
But instead, I'm going to stand here and let you get away. She's a terrible
Edward!
officer.
You alright? What happened?
Worse than we can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
Good old dogs. Alright, I'll get down here. The pre-render backgrounds on these games always looked so great. I understand why they went to 3D models, but man, such a great workaround to get something looking so good. Remember, everybody at the time was like, well, why doesn't every game do this? And I understand why. It worked for Resident Evil. But man, it was what they needed to kind of build the tension and atmosphere and not make things look too hokey. Since a lot of the dialogue and characters are a little hokey. Alright, now I think I'll save. I could just play until I die and that'd be the end of the stream, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a full playthrough of this on a stream. Not this one, I doubt it. Okay, I'm just gonna save over this. Alrighty, this is there'll be a couple zombies in here, and then I'll believe I meet up with Billy again. Now I don't know if this includes any sort of system like the melee system from the remake, but I do know in this game you could do something I always wanted to do in Resident Evil, which was just put items on the ground. Which I think in this is to so it's a way to leave items for the other character, or to pass them off, not positive. But just being able to lay stuff down and not lose it forever is pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna try going up here. Alright. Oh, there's a bunch of slugs. Alright, I take it I need a flamethrower or something. Oh, still look pretty good too. Yeah, so this game also has a mode where you can play as Wesker, and it has like a lot of his powers that he has, I guess, in, I don't remember, 4 or some of the later ones. So he replaces the Billy character, but apparently Billy is still in all the cutscenes. But he has like, he can run really fast and use some sort of powers to blow up heads or something. Which is a melee, so I guess there's essentially unlimited ammo on this.
Enrico! Hello? Can you read me? Please respond.
Rebecca, I can hear you. Now listen up. We've
Powers to blow up heads or something. Which is a melee, so I guess there's...
Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people. Over.
23 people.
We have also confirmed that he was institutionalized. So keep your guard up. Can you hear me, Rebecca? Over. Stay alert, Rebecca. You wouldn't think twice before killing you.
Enrico! Captain! Hello? Hello?
Now those newer Resident Evils, the one for the DS and Revelations, and they also put them on consoles and stuff. Those have tried to go back to the older style, but of course, those are returning to that style after kind of going to the more action-oriented Resident Evils and you know, just kind of learning a lot from modern games. So this was really the final evolution of that classic style before 4, which was directed by Shinji Mikami, I believe, who also did the remake.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's often
Do you
Chambers.
do it yourself?
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
I wonder if Billy dies in this. Great. This is straight up Resident Evil. Just notes laying around. Load times on stairs. Which I appreciate. Oh, look at the nice compression in the background. Does not handle Blackwell, whatever video codec they were using.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Pretty good. Billy! Man, I kind of like that character model. It's pretty awesome. Oh! Whoops. Maybe I should get Billy. I just wasted a bunch of ammo for no reason. Oh my god. This is in a post-Matrix world. Let's not forget that. 2002.
Are you okay?
You know, what were we in the middle of the Matrix there, or was Revelations wrapping up? Code Veronica also had a little you know, like super badass scene with Claire, where which I loved it at the time. It was, I think, one of the intros for it. So it was a Dreamcast game. CGI looked awesome in the beginning. There's like a bunch of guards or something that come down, and she holds her gun in the air, drops it to the ground, and before it hits the ground, she drops, grabs the guns, and shoots like a gas tank or something. But
We gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girl. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. But you just remember, I will shoot you if you try anything.
she didn't even pull out her gun last time.
Fine. Now take these with you.
Okay.
If
Billy.
you find anything, give me a call. All right?
Guess he took that off one of the dead soldiers. Okay, so I can control the main character with the left stick, and then I guess the secondary partner character with the right stick, if I want. Okay. So, aside from, I guess, Veronica and 4, you know, Resident Evil, I don't 3 did either, but 1 and 2, Resident Evil 1 and 2 allowed you to pick between 2 different characters, you know, and 2 had the zapping system where if you beat the game through with one person, when you could select the kind of B storyline for the other person and see like a different side of it. And even 1 just having different attributes or for Jill and Chris, which were slight, but they added a lot of replay to it. So it's cool that this game, you know, still brings in multiple characters, but I wonder if the fact that you use both of them to play through the game, if it kind of killed the replayability on this for some people, just because there was not as much to do new the second time around. I don't know what all the bonuses are and what incentive it is to replay to unlock more stuff or what, but all right, Billy.
I'll go.
Yeah.
This way.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Guess I'll save those herbs. It's got a lighter. Why not? That's pretty cool. Alright, just want to see if they are in attack mode. Yeah. Seems pretty dangerous. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Sure. See if she gets zapped. Alright. Billy, why don't you jump down there? Okay, let's see here. Maybe we'll mix a couple. Free up a slot. Hope there's not a slug there. But I have to give Billy something to... Alright, let's give Billy this key. These really are kind of the evolution of adventure games, where the kind of crux of them is solving puzzles, which, you know, even though they're sometimes simplistic in these games, it normally strikes a good balance of having some form of puzzle element, and then, you know, serviceable enough action. It's no surprise these games were as big as they were, because they kind of, you know, did what they needed to do gameplay wise to be unique, and then, you know, also were very unique in the regards of being a zombie game, which zombie films were not that big at the time. And they really did feel very much like a Night of the Living Dead style experience. Those first, especially the first game. Gotta be honest, I kind of like the somewhat simplistic puzzles in these games, just because I like to keep moving. So I need a tool for both. Alright, I may be going far away from Rebecca Chambers. Oh. Let's see what his ammo situation is like. So they're also announced the remake for Resident Evil 2, which is kind of aside from 4, I think everybody's favorite because, or a lot of people's favorite. You know, 4 is kind of a new breed. It's action oriented. But 2, built on the success of part 1, and just did a lot of interesting things with the zapping system and it just felt like a bigger experience. And I can't remember who's heading that up, but it's the person that did the HD remaster of the original Resident Evil. I'm not sure if they did this one too. They may have. I would assume it was the same team. But of course, for that one, these both were already remade on the GameCube, so that's going to be kind of a ground up experience, and I really do. I thought I wasn't for sure if they could kind of pull it off, as far as keeping the older style controls and still having people be happy with it. But seeing what they've just done with this one, I think that's fine enough. The kind of DMC style, or Devil May Cry style controls. DMC, I don't remember if they were different or not. So I'm pretty excited about that because that is my favorite one. I think one I was super into when that was the only one, and even long after. But 2 really was my favorite. 3 I liked alright. I actually never finished 3. I played quite a bit of it. Got it when it came out too. You know, I was in on the Capcom stuff. Dino Crisis. But 4 I really liked, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't quite the old Resident Evil, which was fine. I just ended up not finishing that game, and I got nearly to the end. 5 I did beat. Not saying it's a better game, but when even mediocre games are made better by co-op, so which I like that game quite a bit, and my wife and I played through it co-op, which was a really fun experience. So 6, even though it kind of had the bad reviews, I went ahead and picked up 6. Because the appeal of playing as Leon in a Resident Evil 2 style mission kind of excited me enough, and I like the demo. I like the small touches of stepping over the zombies and stuff like that, and I actually really like that segment of the game, but kind of the military style action ones, I just had no desire. Like, they were just more frustrating than they needed to be, and you know, they didn't rely on the aspects that made Resident Evil games fun, be it the older style or the newer style. There's something shiny there. Oh, cannot carry. Okay, and I can't combine. Let's see here. Guess I'll just come back for the ice pick later. But I believe myself and Rebecca both need it. Man. So much good stuff. Oh wait, can I put stuff on the ground? Oh. Hello, nurse. Alright. Whoops. There we go. Leave this. I can't combine that, so I'll leave that. Guess I'll take the shotgun. Okay, let's see here. 2 shells on that, so I'll hang on to that. Let me get this ice pick. Wait, what? What? Oh, it's because I got the shotgun. Alright. Man, already... I mean, of course they're going to build the game around that function of leaving stuff on the ground, so it still makes things hard to manage, but... Man, that makes things so much better. This was a, so far, an awesome evolution of the Resident Evil gameplay style, the more classic style. Alrighty. Something's on the roof. Let's hope it doesn't. Oh no. Should have kept that shotgun. Guess I have to use the ice pick. What is that? A pterodactyl? A spider? Oh god. What? This game is not fooling around. I understand how big creatures and sharks and whatever would be, you know, in and around the mansion in that first Resident Evil, but how in the hell did that thing get on the train? A moving train. Alright. Well, shotgun it is. Man, I don't think there's a typewriter anywhere. I'll double check real quick. No, no. Fortunately not, so... May just have to fire off a couple rounds and then... retreat. Alrighty. If I die, this may be the end of the stream here. Let's hope it doesn't regenerate health by me leaving the room. I'm just gonna maybe drop this bad boy. And I guess I can pick up those shells with no repercussions. I don't know how many bullets. I don't know how many bullets this game holds before you've got to take up another slot. I think like Resident Evil 2 was like 30. Oh, shnikes. I thought that was going to be, okay, so there is handgun ammo. And there's shotgun ammo. We'll leave this here. Alright, this is the... for the wrong person, and maybe for watching, it can be very tedious with a Resident Evil game, which is a bunch of picking stuff up and putting it in a box and shifting things around. Some people... it's a huge turnoff, and I totally understand that. I even saw one review for this game. Maybe PC Gamer gave it like a 6 out of 10, and they said archaic management system. I don't, it's not fun. Maybe was it IGN? Maybe give this a 9 out of 10. So I think it I think it just depends on your tolerance and if you've kind of became accustomed to this. Some people may be not able to go back to it now, but for me, it doesn't really bother me much. I'm totally fine with clicking around these little boxes. But that being said, part of that reason is because it fits into this style of game. Like, you know, these games are so well designed from that first one, so I would not be as gracious with a completely modern and newly designed game that had that system. Well, I take that back, because if it fits the game, it fits the game. But many, all right. Oops. Oh no. That's nice animations. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's go in here. And we can spray ourselves down. God, I hope his health isn't regenerating. Alright, what am I looking like here? Fine. This dude is a tank. Can at least get some spray. Have it on my persons. Resident Evil 2, another thing that I remember being super excited about reading, as far as one of the new functions, was you visually being able to tell your character's condition. So when they were, like, you know, hurt a little bit, they would kind of walk a little slower. When they were hurt critically, they would, like, limp along, and it affected the gameplay too. And I loved it. Built up the tension. It was just, that game was so smartly designed. Still one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm very hopeful that remake. It's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do. And if they totally botch it, I won't even be all that mad, because I mean, I won't be mad at all. I'll be disappointed a little, but that's going to be a hard one to please everybody with. Ugh. There we go. Maybe? Man, that's a long death animation. Alright. Billy. Let's get that ice pick. Save the world. Alright, do I want to ditch that shotgun? I think I'm going to have to. I already love being able to drop stuff on the ground. Granted, there's better ways to go about all of this, but, you know, it's something. Okay, what do I want? Do I want an ink ribbon? I guess I probably do. Can always drop it. Wait till Billy gets severely hurt before I use that spray. Okay, so I needed a sharp object for whatever room I was in. I don't even remember where that was at now. And then Rebecca needed one also. Okay, so mine was from a ground hatch. Oh, what is this? It's probably actually what I need. Jeez. They really pile on the stuff in this one because they allowed you to drop things. The world of Resident Evil is full of people that are massively unorganized, that leave very specific things around, which drastically limits their access to any of their facilities. That weird key shape. Okay, which way was this? Don't think it was this way, because that's red. I probably still need a key. Man. I could have used an ink ribbon there. She, man, I could be dead, and she might just be like, I'm screwed. I don't remember if I'm going to the right spot. I wonder if there's a way to mark the map. Alrighty. Let's see here. I'll give her that ice pick before I go down here. Well, already this, as far as the way they're designing kind of, I guess, puzzles, if you want to call them that, there already seems to be a lot of forward momentum. So far, there's been no spots where we've kind of got stuck and discouraged because of some weird, hard puzzle. And right now, so I have something to give to Rebecca to move forward and for Billy to move forward. So that kind of, you know, it kind of propels the player to want to keep going, because now I know I've got these two things going on at once. Oh, wait. Shouldn't I use this? Thought it would ask me if I wanted to use it. Yeah, because he couldn't have grabbed that with his hand. Wait. Oh. Poor dogs. Poor Billy. How you doing there, Billy? Wait. That's for old Becca? No. Weird. Hello? Alright. Probably need 2 people there. No. Okay, so I know where I stand with that. Let's get old Rebecca back. Hopefully. Alright. So Rebecca is yellow caution. Billy's orange. It is unstuck now. The master of unlocking. Oh. That guy's on fire. That's not good. Something shiny over there? No. Okay, let's see here. Whoa! Out of ammo there. So let's go this way. Nice jump scare. Man, I am totally boned. Be very upset if I die. Why did I not think I had any ammo? It scared me away. Okay. Let's blast these fools. I actually like the, I mean, they're not perfect for gameplay, but like I said, these games have serviceable gameplay, which I enjoy, but I like the cinematic camera angles, and even like Metal Gear Solid, you know, Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear Solid 4, and even 3 to a certain extent, got away from those cinematic camera angles in service of gameplay, you know, which maybe it was 3's subsistence that changed that up, but it's more of just a change of philosophies. You know, what's more valuable, presentation or gameplay? And you know, as far as games go, yeah, I think mostly it is the gameplay, but scared me. I kind of missed the. All right, buddy. Kind of missed, you know, the very much the very large focus on presentation. All right, we are just gonna waste we're gonna waste some stuff to make sure we don't die.
Come on.
Okay.
It's like everything laying around here. Guess it was upstairs. Can't remember where that stuff Billy found was at. So Rebecca came out of there. As Billy, I turned around. Unlocked some door somewhere. I think I probably went up some stairs. You know, I was afraid, originally when this came out, I thought, oh, well, you know, it's no way the layout's going to be, the gameplay's going to suffer because the layout's not going to be as big as, say, a mansion or the police station and kind of part of the city in 2 or the entire city in 3. But you know, this is almost serves the same function as a mansion. Still weird that giant scorpion made its way on the train. For the love of God. Oh. Fire. Okay, so I remember now. You all right there, Becca? Okay, so I think I'm probably gonna go and hit this, wherever the ink ribbon was at, which I think is down the hall here. I'll go grab that and... Oh, where is everything at? And then maybe save and start this up another time. But I'm very happy with this, especially $20. I managed to get it for 15. Destructoid posted a deal on for Green Man Gaming. That had $5 off. So sorry, I'm just trying to manage. There we go. Alright, do I want to... Yeah, I think I'm going to try to find some red herb to combine with her for her real quick. I'll get them both up to speed. That way I'll start in a good place. Those textures look fine. They're not remade. They don't appear to be. but are serviceable. Whoops. Don't know if a single greenie will get me back up to fine, or if it'll be a waste. I guess I should hit use. I guess I'll find out. Actually, maybe I'll wait till I save. Then I'll just know. I'll go ahead and take everything I can. Drop it in that save room. So I haven't seen any chests. I don't know if I read this or not, but you know, before you could put something in a chest, and no matter where the chest showed up, you could access the items that were in it. So maybe being able to drop stuff on the ground and switch stuff off to different partners has kind of replaced that, which is fine. It's a good trade-off. Still gives it some item challenge management. Just like the ink ribbons kind of limit your saves and don't let you just save every time you go past a typewriter or, you know, any moment of the game, which definitely makes you think harder and play more conservatively and actually be afraid to die. Alrighty. This may have been the save room. Nope. Just a dead guy. Oh, wait, letter. Yeah, I think I read this when I just played it for a moment earlier. If you really want to read it, you can pause each section of the stream. So yeah, just leave a comment if you want to see more of this stream. I may play the entire game. I figured this would be a good one to do for our Now Playing series. We previously did The Evil Within, which I can't remember if that's Mikami or not. I'm pretty sure it is because I was pretty excited for that game, which I never actually finished. I'm looking. Yeah, Shinji Mikami directed that game. So, so we've only done that Viscera Cleanup Detail. Don't remember if we've done any more, but yeah, if you like these, let us know. They're kind of easy things for me to produce. Of course, on the site we do a lot of video content on mainly horror movies, but you know, we do a little bit of horror game stuff too, or genre films, action cinema, older B movies, you know, anything normally with a cult status or just anything that has any favorable qualities and is outlandish, well done, or just you know, like I said, a genre, any genre films. So I guess I could find out real quick. This is gonna get me back up to, nope, just yellow. That was a waste, so I'm not gonna save again. Well, I got a couple ink ribbons here. So yeah, just let us know. We have a podcast too. Might talk about a little bit about this on the podcast, but what you see here is probably more than what you need to know. Podcast is House by the Video Store podcast. It's on iTunes. You can search for it there. It's on maybe Stack. I can't remember. That's another podcast service. And of course, our YouTube channel. We have a Vimeo channel, and our website is housebythevideostore.com. That's where you can find all of our content, because not all of it will end up on the same place. Sometimes we do video podcast. So some of those will be in video form. Yeah, so just let us know what type of content you'd like to see. And thanks for watching, anybody that may have joined in on the stream. And for those watching this archived version, hope it's not too laggy or anything. Everybody that may have joined in on the stream, and for those watching this archived version, that's fine enough.
Is Rebecca Chambers, but that's awful.
Do you do it yourself?
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait
I
here?
wonder if Billy dies in this. Great. Multiple characters. Rebecca Chambers. Well, see what his ammo situation is like. So they're also announced the remake for Resident Evil 2, which is kind of, aside from 4, I think everybody's favorite because, or a lot of people's favorite. You know, 4 is kind of a new breed, it's action oriented. But 2, built on the success of part 1, and just did a lot of interesting things with the zapping system and I can't remember who's heading that up, but it's the person that did the HD remaster of the original Resident Evil. I'm not sure if they did this one too. They may have. I would assume it was the same team. But of course, for that one, these both were already remade on the GameCube, so that's going to be kind of a ground up experience, and I really do. I thought I wasn't for sure if they could kind of pull it off, as far as keeping the older style controls and still having people be happy with it. But seeing what they've just done with this one, I think that's fine enough. The kind of DMC style, or Devil May Cry style controls. DMC, I don't remember if they were different or not. So I'm pretty excited about that because that is my favorite one, I think. One I was super into when that was the only one, and even long after. But 2 really was my favorite. 3 I liked alright. I actually never finished 3. Played quite a bit of it. Got it when it came out too. You know, I was in on the Capcom stuff. Dino Crisis. But 4 I really liked, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't quite the old Resident Evil, which was fine. I just ended up not finishing that game, and I got nearly to the end. Five I did beat. Not saying it's a better game, but when even mediocre games are made better by co-op, so which I like that game quite a bit, and my wife and I played through it co-op, which was a really fun experience. So 6, even though it kind of had the bad reviews, I went ahead and picked up 6 because the appeal of playing as Leon in a Resident Evil 2 style mission kind of excited me enough, and I liked the demo. I like the small touches of stepping over the zombies and stuff like that, and I actually really like that segment of the game, but kind of the military style action ones I just had no desire. Like, they were just more frustrating than they needed to be, and you know, they weren't they didn't rely on the aspects that made Resident Evil games fun, be it the older style or the newer style. There's something shiny there. Cannot carry. Okay, and I can't combine. Let's see here. Guess I'll just come back for the ice pick later. But I believe myself and Rebecca both need it. Man. So much good stuff. Oh wait, can I put stuff on the ground? Oh. Hello, nurse. Alright. Whoops. Here we go. Leave this. I can't combine that, so I'll leave that. Guess I'll take the shotgun. Okay, let's see here. 2 shells on that, so I'll hang on to that. Let me get this ice pick. Wait, what? What? Oh, it's because I got the shotgun. Alright. Man, already... of course they're going to build the game around that function of leaving stuff on the ground, so it still makes things hard to manage, but... Man, that makes things so much better. This was a, so far, an awesome evolution of the Resident Evil. Alrighty. Something's on the roof. Let's hope it doesn't. Oh no. Oh god. What? This game is not fooling around. I understand how big creatures and sharks and whatever would be. We can spray ourselves down. God, I hope his health isn't regenerating. Alright, what am I? At least get some spray. Have it on my persons. Resident Evil 2, another thing that I remember being super excited about reading, as far as one of the new functions, was you visually being able to tell your character's condition. So when they were like, you know, hurt a little bit, they would kind of walk a little slower. When they were hurt critically, they would like limp along, and it affected the gameplay too. And I loved it. Built up the tension. It was just, that game was so smartly designed. Still one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm very hopeful that remake. It's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do, and if they totally botch it, I won't even be. So I'm very hopeful that remake. It's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do, and if they totally botch it, I won't even be.